Hey guys, so what have I got planned for you today? Nothing, so go away. So today I've actually got this guy. Sorry, I was just looking at something. But yeah, I've got this guy, here's Soundwave. I've actually got the packaging for once, which I never normally show you, but I'll show you a quick glance. So, yay, packaging, how exciting. Not. Anyway, so the vehicle itself is pretty awesome. It's got some good markings on it, here, there and everywhere. It's got kind of random dashes of pink, which I suppose do give it a bit of life. There's no issues there. So, but let's just have a quick glance at this bad boy. So, again, there's no Decepticon logos or Autobot logos on these vehicles, so a bit odd why they're kind of avoiding that. Because I know they've got the technology to make them really small or fit them on somewhere, like on the back panel here or something. As a matter of fact, I think, if I remember rightly off the cartoon, or he's actually got it on his arm here. So, you know, wouldn't have really killed them to put that on, but such is life. So as you can see, it's kind of one of those aerial drone things that the government and whatnot are using, just like, you know, crack down on terrorists. The ironic thing is, this thing's a bad guy, so go figure. Just can't trust these things these days. But yeah, as you can see, he's got a fair sized wingspan on him. There he is compared to a Transformers pen. Ta-da! So he's bigger than the Transformers pen. But yeah, he's a really awesome vehicle mode. He's got a little wheel here, which you can fold away. If you fold it the right way. No, that was the right way. There you go. It just completely disappears, and then obviously you've got kind of a... Still sits fine without it. It's just obviously, I suppose you've got to put wheels on these things nowadays for the completionists or whatever they're called. So yeah, there's not a lot to say about it. There is obviously Laserbeak with this guy. I think it's Laserbeak. Yeah, Laserbeak. But I'm not going to show him just yet because obviously I'll give away stuff later. But yeah, it's not a lot else to say on this thing. It's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, except for obviously it kind of goes like, you know, normal, you know, realistic. What the hell's all this? Unless that's how the drones look like these days, and I've missed something. But I could have sworn they had just, I don't know, less kibble. But anyway, we'll transform this guy because he looks pretty awesome in his vehicle mode. So back in a few. Hey guys, so welcome back. This is Soundwave in his transformed mode. Let me just put his legs correctly. I realised I missed out something. So yeah, it's an interesting look to Soundwave. It's not one that I'm particularly used to be honest. Obviously, I missed a memo where he was going to get a complete overhaul. He also doesn't really talk that much in the programme from what I've seen either. He just kind of nicks people's voices, which is kind of lame. You know, it'd be nice if they could keep to obviously his voice, but hey ho, time to move on. So yeah, he's pretty awesome. His head sculpt's interesting. He's got kind of a weird ball joint, well, head joint thing. But yeah, I mean, so it's an interesting looking head. Like I said, it's nothing like what I'm used to for Soundwave. They've certainly given him quite an overhaul. I mean, look at the size of these arms. I mean, he would be the kind of guy that you'd ask to go in the kitchen and get you something, and he could just reach out and get it before you even try it. It would probably look something like this. So yeah, I mean, the figure itself is pretty awesome. He's kind of a pain to stand up in certain aspects. Obviously, the way his legs bend, he doesn't seem to have much articulation, to be honest. He's very limited by movement due to all this kibble he's got going on his legs there, and that's the only bit of kibble really. If you have a look at his back, I don't think many people talk about Transformers' backs, but it's actually quite a nice looking back. You know, there's nothing overly ghastly about it. It's pretty much spot on, except for, like I said, obviously these two bits here. But you can get past that. That's not really something that you won't be able to hide. But yeah, he's pretty awesome. He's got these massive holes in his hands, and that's for good reasons. As you've probably seen on the programme, obviously this bit here comes off. We'll just put him over there for a second. There we go. And this, again, I obviously missed the memo, but that is Laserbeak apparently. So, I'm not entirely sure when it went from a bird to being... Well, I'm not really sure what that is. It's like a bat bird thing. A pterodactyl bat, but I mean, it's got a tail. But I can't really see a face on that. So, I'm not really sure what's going on with that one. But anywho, it's quite cool. And obviously you can get him to hold it like so. So you can put it like that. Yeah, there you go. Which is how it's basically shown in the images. I like to have it on his chest. It's pretty cool like that. Also, it gives him more of a texture to his body. And just generally finishes him off rather than having this big load of blue, horrid plastic going on there, and also this kind of mechanism here where the head pops out. So, yes. But yes, it's not a bad figure. I was rather pleased to pick him up, to be honest. He's definitely one of my favourites from the Prime line, just by how sleek he is, even if he has got massively anorexic arms and needs to start buffing up, maybe hitting the gym a bit more. But other than that, he's pretty good. He stands up fairly well, although he doesn't look it. He's actually quite stable, which is a bit of a shocker. But like I said, he's very limited in movement down below. As a matter of fact, I just popped his leg off. Whoops. So, but yes, definitely pick him up, especially if you're a fan of this Prime line. There's not a lot else to add to this guy, really. We'll just take a quick look at his body. But I definitely recommend picking him up. I found this guy in my local Sainsbury's. So if you want to go down there and pick one of these up, I'd definitely suggest it. They don't have much sale or anything like that, but still. I can't really argue about paying 13 quid for this guy, I guess. So, Bumblebee, however, was interesting. Still nice, but interesting. So that's the Transformers Prime. I was about to say Cliff Jumper then, that's wrong. That's who I had planned. Soundwave. And until next time, guys, have a good one.